Hello, everybody! This is Yobe2 coming at you with my episode review of episode 2 of season 2 of Kamisama Kiss. Yes. Now, I didn't say this first in my last video, but I am loving the opening and closing for this second season of Kamisama Kiss. Now let's get into this. This episode leads off with basically where the last episode left off, where basically Nanami has passed the test to go to Izumo, the Conference of the Gods, and episode kicks off with basically Tomoe talking to Otohikogami about that the test is almost fixed in a manner to get her to be allowed to go in. And basically, at this point, Tomoe and Mizuki are both arguing over who is going to attend with Nanami to this conference as her familiar, and who's going to hold down the frickin' fort. And Tomoe is like, I'm her first familiar. I can protect her the most. I'm going. And Mizuki is like, you've never even been to one of these. I have. I know the procedure. I know the place. I know everything. You do not know anything. So this was pretty cool right there, nonetheless. And they're arguing back and forth. So Nanami ends up slamming down and going, okay, you're playing shogi, you guys. And the winner gets to take me, and the loser has to stay home. And during this time, Nanami goes off to basically buy plane tickets, and in the process gets chased down by a bunch of fallen gods, a bunch of former gods. And these gods are pissed. They are freaking pissed because she they're pissed that they're fallen gods and can't go to this conference, but at the same time, there's a human god who's being asked to go to this conference. And it basically, in the situation, she basically gets she's basically talking to all these gods, and this guy who goes by the name of Kirihito at the time basically speaks up, gets whacked, and falls down, and Nanami ends up sicking Momamoru on these gods and everything. But right after that, when she does that, Kirito goes in for a kiss to Nanami. She's like, whoa, guy, get away. I don't know what you're thinking, but no. And I don't think that was because he wanted to kiss her. It's because, remember, the familiar pack is sealed with a kiss. So I think he was trying to find a way to force him way into being her familiar and seal the contract. Nothing more. But a little bit later, we have the two Fox mask guys that she bumped into her when getting the train things, the plane tickets. Basically, they call him. They say Akura, which is the character that started off in the very first episode of season 2, which has some sort of ties to Tomoe. They're like, that's a human body you're using, and they're not the most tough and durable in these situations. So we have right there. We have Akura. We know exactly where he is now. He's possessing some human body that goes by Kirihito. And in the end, Nanami gets back, and somehow Tomoe has, even though he lost many games to Mizuki, he has basically totally got Mizuki to sign a waiver saying that Tomoe can go. But lo and behold, Nanami puts him in this place and goes, no, you can't go. I'm taking Mizuki. And Tomoe was like, but her reason why, and she said this in her head, is that if something happened to Tomoe at the conference, she does not think she could keep herself composed. She could not deal with it, and she basically keeping him safe at the shrine and taking Mizuki in order to protect Tomoe. Um, so this was a pretty good. She goes to the area, and in the process of going to the Izumo, she meets a couple. We get introduced to about 3 gods, group gods. I'll put it that way because we got Lady we have the 3 Fujigai gods and the war god Taki Takahaya. And there were more, but those are the only 3 they point out the names for, and they're like, especially the war gods, like, why are you here? Prove to me that you're worthy of being here. And in the process, she basically is being led by trying to get in, and lo and behold, the fun part was in this process she lost track of Mizuki, and the rule is basically your familiar cannot go in unless accompanied by a god, so Mizuki can't basically go in, they're not allowing him in, and lo and behold, the one who finds him at this area and leads him in is Otohikogami. At Otohikogami, basically he was like, I'll lead you in, whatever. I was late. I was getting all dressed up and glammed up and everything. Here, I'll take you with me. So, in the end, Nanami is like almost at the door, and she sees this glowing figure, and she's like, what do I have that's special? What do I possess that makes me worthy of being here? And this glowing figure, which I theorize this glowing figure just by the shape of the figure, and the fact that there was a butterfly, is that Mikage. But she basically said, this glowing figure says that every god has something that they excel at, and every god has something that they're horrible at. And he lists a bunch of things, including the war god being horrible at singing. That one just stuck out at me. But he says to Nanami, the fact that the thing you excel at that none of the gods can do is relate to the human heart. You can relate to humanity. You can understand humanity. This is your strength. This is what you can do that no other god can do. And this makes you worthy of this title because you can bring something to this conference that no one else can bring. And basically she just opens up the doors, sees all the gods, and the episode ends. So, this was a wonderful episode. It had great characters. I'm loving the new multiple god piece in this season. The first season was just introducing a couple main characters and the fact that Nanami falls for Tomoe. That's all it pretty much feels to me. As this feels like the core of a series, the deeper aspect, the stuff she's going to have to overcome to interact to stay god of the Mikage Shrine, to be recognized, to be with Tomoe. The fact that she can't let him always protect her, that she has to protect him, that there's going to be some sort of balance. And this is just looking like it's going to be a great series and a great season, and I am really looking forward to more. Thus, this is the old boy 82 saying, if you like this video, please click like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. This is your 82 signing out.